Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're gonna be playing an Insidious Roots deck. And this is partially because in our Discord, some people were wondering if it's even still viable, and coincidentally, I found a list that somebody was playing in the Pro Tour this weekend. And it looks like a really sweet toolboxy version, so we're gonna see if it's any good in best of one. Also, links down in the description if you want to come join the Discord and talk about your decks or get help with stuff or whatever. But yeah, we're going to start with Dawnhand Dissident. This is a sweet card for this list because it allows you to both put cards in the graveyard and recast stuff out of the graveyard. So it's super nice. We have some Gene Pollinator, just for mana purposes, obviously. Some Molt Tinder for mana and for milling. We do have Badger Mole Cub to help us out. But then we have Dredger's Insight. And honestly, some of you might be looking and saying, oh, it's another Badger Mole, blah, blah, blah. This deck only plays 21 lands, so it's very tight and kind of needs that Badger Mole. It has one Dun-Dulan Weaver. This is a way that we can actually get something back from our graveyard, usually probably going to be an Insidious Roots. We have some Scavenging Ooze, which can remove our own things or opposing things. Of course, Insidious Roots, so whenever we have creatures with counters, we can tap them for mana. But, actually creature tokens, not with counters, that's a different deck. But creature tokens can tap for mana. And if we get something out of the graveyard, we get an 0/1 plant, and we get to put a +1/+1 on all of our other plants. We do have Formidable Speaker, so this can let us discard something to the graveyard, which is nice, while also finding a key card, which is fantastic in here. There is one copy of Rite of the Moth, so we can get stuff back out of the yard. Some Overlord of the Baelmerk to fill the graveyard up and get us some creatures of our choice. And then we have Emptiness, which can also get things out of the yard, or kill things, or just be a big body on its own. And then we have one copy of Craterhoof Behemoth, which, since we have multiple ways to search for it, maybe it's the right choice. It's a very weird looking version of Insidious Roots, so hopefully this can win some games. I have no idea. But quick reminder, if you're going to buy some Magic, go over to Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com, mostly because you can save 5% buying all your cards. And right now, saving money on your fun hobbies is great. So use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, and again, it'll save you 5% on their website. But all the business is done. Let's go play some games and see if this Abzan Roots deck can get the job done. What's crazy is I don't think we're supposed to keep this, but I'm going to anyway, because I'm very curious how much work this deck can get done with just 1 or 2 lands. Because it only plays 21 to begin with. So I think the plan here is play Pollinator first. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Add a mana of any color if you filter a mana, and then destroy. Alright, sure. Quirky option. Now, admittedly, this is a turn where I probably could have played Molt Tinder there. So even if I don't find a land, I could just play Insidious Roots. Is this a weird synthesizer pile? Alright. Yep, well, Molt Tinder wouldn't have done it anyway, because they still would have needed something in the graveyard first. So I guess it didn't really matter. Spring-loaded Saw Blades, you got it. I mean, you do what you gotta do, I suppose. Pass the turn. How sick is it that you could discard Craterhoof and then get it back with Rite of the Moth? That's so funny. I don't know what the opponent's deck is doing. I'm assuming this is synthesizers. I go get an island here? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't know. That was just weird. Mill a card. Okay, it wasn't a land, so that's nice. Now that's turned on now, so we can Insidious Roots, return a thing, make a mana, gets us a body. Yeah, I guess that's what we do here. And then, actually, can we do this? Oh, I do. I forgot I had Pollinator in the yard. Never mind. I was like, why is it telling me that? I just thought I had Emptiness, y'all. My bad. This absolutely is correct. I'm going to take Badger Mole. Because the opponent can just as well, like, exile all things that cost 2 or less or whatever here. Nope, they have a Synthesizer. Is there a world where we play Badger Mole Cub? These all tap for multiples. So, 2, 4, 6, 7. I mean, I have a thing. I mean, okay, sure. This is wild. And then I can just play this and attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus this is 8. 16 plus their power. Yeah, sure. All right. I mean, wild as hell, but here we are, man. Oh, and we get a bonus creature, so it's even more. I got no explanation. This went from like, I don't know, my opponent's gonna get their synthesizer and we're gonna have to work a long game to, oh look, I just accidentally won. Okay. I say we keep it. We play Pollinator into Moltender into Insights, and then we hope we do something productive after that. Opponent also curiously tapped their mana first and then played their thing instead of just automatically playing it and using the auto tapper. So that feels like there's some information there. Let's go ahead and get this guy. All right. Is this if we control 3 creatures in the graveyard? Oh no, if we just go 3 or more creatures in general. All right. Interesting. So there is... I was thinking I might do both halves of this, but now I kind of want to just kill that. Get our enchantment back, mill something. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's just do this. Pay the black side. Target this. We'll use this. Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter what color I get. It's fine. Oh, it's just exile a card. Excellent. All right. There we go. Get that back. Get to mill some things. We will get a Formidable Speaker. Seems good. Go ahead and play a Dissonant. All right. We're not in bad shape here at all. We can discard a card. Go get... Probably discard Scavenging Ooze. Discard Ooze. Go get... Alright, we'll do this. Go... Oh, I can't get Insidious Roots here. Eeps. That's a mistake. I forgot I can't get that. Well, we'll just Emptiness then. Doesn't matter what we tap. Just keep the opponent off creatures here. And I'm actually not going to attack. I don't believe. Because I think I want to exile a creature here. Essence Channeler, you got it. We will Blight to exile a card. Probably one of these. And then, can we pay the full price for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, I don't have enough counters to remove. I have to remove 3. That's disappointing. Alright, well, we'll just stick with the plan then, I guess. There's an Insidious Roots in the yard. Really, I should be getting this guy back so I could get the Insidious Roots, you know, do all that. But I think in the meantime, we're just going to play the game to keep the opponent off of creatures. Oh, actually, you know what? I could do both sides of this anyway. Oh, I can only do one, though. Never mind. I'm not paying it for 6. Sure. We'll at least get in there for 1, I think is reasonable. Elias, sure. We're going to go ahead and surveil. You can go to the yard. And we will put another card in the yard. Alright. Then we will pay full price this time. With black and white. Tap this. Get back this guy. Target that. Oh, wait. Oh, I exiled the other. I thought that was targeting to return. No! Oh, I messed up, y'all. I messed up. That's disastrous. Gosh dang it. We had so many things stacked, I genuinely wasn't even paying attention. Golly. Oh, well. Oh, I should have had a Roots here, and it would have been great, but I goofed it up. Alright, well, what do we have access to, then? Alright, that's fine. Ugh, so gross. Alright, let's go ahead and exile. Get this again. Put counters here. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. Just pay full price. Actually, wait, can I just Crater Hoof here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Oh, I definitely have way more than enough. Alright, let's just Crater Hoof then. No point messing around. Tap this. I mean, that'll more than get us there. GG's. Alrighty then. I definitely missed a couple of plays while I was goofing around and things I could have done better with this for sure. But this is all part of the learning curve when you're playing a new deck for the first time. But yeah, this... I mean, we were able to keep their deck in check for the most part, which was really surprising. And I feel like even if they would have got more mana, I don't think we would have ever been under threat, really, which is very cool. Yeah, you know, one thing I'm a little surprised by in this list, now that I'm thinking about it, is that I'm not sure it even has a way to deal with artifacts and enchantments. And it feels like with all the toolboxiness of being able to play stuff out of your graveyard, going to search for a creature, that there's probably room for 1 or 2 of the cards that, like, you sacrifice to destroy a thing, or enters a battlefield, destroys an artifact or enchantment. You know, like, something on that level, I think, could be very good. So, something to consider if you decide to play this deck. Otherwise, I like everything it's doing. So, not really to nitpick it or anything. I think it's actually solid. Into the Flood Maw. You got it, fam. Gonna do this and turn you into a duder. See what the opponent wants to do here. Gonna go ahead and play this and see if they have a counter something that costs 2. Nope. Wow, I guess I'll get another Badger Mole, because why not? Try this out, see if they want to counter something. Nope, they just let us have it. Wow, okay. No attacks. No need to have something flash in front of my Badger Mole. See? See? That's why sometimes you just don't attack into open mana. To be fair, it's probably better to attack than not most of the time. But in this case, playing against blue, it was pretty sure they were going to be able to do some stuff here. All right, so now it's just, can we get things in the yard to do cool stuff with? That's the question. Because if not, this is all just going to be a waste of effort for us. So right now we'd have access to 4 mana. If we play a Badger Mole Cub with this, we can turn this into a thing, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. I think we do, though. And just give ourselves the best shot. Let's go with this. Wow, that's so bad. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. It would have been hard for that to be worse. Damn, that is unfortunate. Let me tell you. Okay, well, this is who we are now, I guess. I mean, they're going to attack. We're probably not blocking. Wow, they didn't even attack? Oh, opponent's hand is either really bad or it's a bunch of counters and flash stuff. Because otherwise, like, what are you doing? Okay, let's try the roots. You got to have a counter now, right? Wow, there's letting us have the roots too? Jeez. Okay, opponent gave up. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what their hand could have even been. If you're in a situation where you're not attacking and you're not countering stuff, I mean, maybe if it was counters where you had to pay 2 or more mana or whatever, obviously we had tons of mana, maybe that's what they had. But yeah, we were about to just be able to do everything we wanted to do. And we're going to be gaining enough life that they weren't going to be able to run us down. And we had blockers for their token. Wow, yeah. Okay, this deck, maybe it doesn't need the other pieces. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, let's keep it. I think we're supposed to turn 1 Pollinator. Now, they probably have a removal for the Pollinator, and if so, that sucks for us, because we don't have a lot of mana as it is. But sucks to suck. Like, if they just have something, they have it. Yeah, let's try this. Now they'll probably kill Pollinator, so we can't cast something. Nope. I'm going to sample with just this. I don't want to lose Overlord here, because it's too valuable to our plan. Oh. Didn't see that coming. Okay. Huh. So they're playing Lessons. Or maybe they're just playing that to draw cards. Don't want to read too much into that just yet. That could be a big nothing burger. Let's try this. Could be a counter here, which would make sense. Nope, they're just going to draw and discard again. Discarding a counter. Wow. Well, we'll get Speaker, because that's all we can get. I don't know if we can risk putting any more bodies out there, actually. I'm just going to attack with the Scavenging Ooze. In the turn. Maybe I'm supposed to discard now before they have a chance to try to draw extra cards. Well, no, they still only have 2 Lessons in the yard, though. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, they could respond here, I guess. With Lesson plus. But, alright. Tap this duder. I will Blight. Put a counter here. Ooh, another formidable speaker. Put it in the yard. We'd like to just try to draw land here, actually. Well, that's one way to try to get there. Counter? Because you just discarded one, so you have to have one in hand, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to assume, rightfully or wrongfully, that the opponent's going to play some type of sweeper here, because this looks like just like a control pile. So I'm not going to play the pollinator. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be the case. They can't exile, so let's just take advantage of the situation as we have it. Let's get rid of this in case they are doing more lessons things. And then I'll go ahead and blight since we're going to lose our creature anyway. So we will take that, actually. That works for us. Alright. And then we'll discard this Crater Hoof. And go get... Ooh, are we going to get Badger Mole here? I'm not sure what I want to get, actually. Maybe it's just Overlord. I think that's... actually, hold on. Let me check the yard again. Sorry, y'all, this is taking a second. There's a lot of choices here. We could get back Scavenging. There's really not anything great to get, other than probably a speaker. So, in that case, I'll probably just get an Overlord. Alright. Sure, so all that just to try to mill us. That's what we did here. Alright, well we just played like the most boring game of Magic. But serves us right. Kept an ambitious hand that did a lot of nothing, so... We should lose this. Alright, just mill us so we can be done, opponent. Sure, you got it. Wait, what? What? What even just happened here? So they put us down to 15 cards, which is fine, whatever. I was going to probably spend this turn playing Dissident and then get back something, because we can't ever attack with the Overlords once they become live unless it's the kill shot. And then maybe try to start doing stuff, just getting stuff out of the yard with like an Insidious Roots once we're able to take advantage of the Weaver. That was so weird. I wonder if their hand really just wasn't much of anything. Maybe just kill spells or something. But I don't know. That was such a strange game. I don't know what just happened. I'm going to assume pizza came to the door and they had to go pick it up. All right, let's keep it. I mean, I'm going to admit, for only having 21 lands, the deck has enough 1-drops and 2-drops that it can hit enough real plays to not be overly concerned, which is interesting to say the least. This makes black mana, right? Okay. We'll just think about the order to play my lands there. Opponent is going after our Pollinator, it looks like. Oh, they're going to Soul Search. Well, we have a few things. You probably get a Dredger's Insight here. You don't bother with the Dissidents unless you're going to sweep the board or something, because you know I'm holding an Emptiness. I mean, it's got to be Dredger's Insight, right? Unless you're just really afraid of the Incarnation. I don't know, though. We'll see. Okay, there you go. They chose correctly. I was wondering what they were going to do, because that was making a weird situation there. Let's go ahead and use that. And autopay. Pass the turn. With our luck, they're going to play, like, split up here. Destroy all our tapped creatures. Wouldn't be the worst thing, though, because we get Emptiness back a Badger Mole, I guess. The fun thing, too, is you can use Dawnhand Dissident with the Earthbent lands, and that's pretty helpful. Soul Search. Well, there goes our Emptiness. Because I don't think you care about us having another Dawnhand Dissonant. Alright, so now I have to decide what's worth doing here. And I'm not sure I know the answer. So, what if we just attack with those? Yeah, we'll attack. We'll attack. In the turn. And I'm probably just going to surveil here. Also, thing to remember about Dawnhand Dissident is it says remove counters, 3 counters from your creature. It doesn't say what kind. It doesn't say specifically like blight counters. So that's pretty important to note. So in this case, I would surveil, target this, since it's going to die anyway. Oh, and there's another Badger Mole on top. That's gross. Fun, though, for us. What even is the opponent's deck? It's just discard and kill spells? That's fun against us, though. Pit Offering actually does some work. Now, I am going to be a little careful here, and I'm going to Badger Mole Cub or Earthbend the same land. Mostly because if their plan is to play Ultima next turn, I don't want to lose everything. Nope, it was just another land. Gosh dang it. Well, if we tap that for black, I think this is all we want to do. That can go in the yard. Okay, and then let's just attack for 3. Don't want to overthink that too much. But I'm trying to play around potential sweepers or whatever, because it looks like that's all their deck does. And we're also trying not to overcommit till we can get our graveyard set up a little bit here. Good that they're drawing those right now, though, because we definitely have not had a chance to get near our ideal setup. So this is kind of nice. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put a blight counter here. Oh, Crater Hoof, you can go to... Whoa, hold on. I was about to say, you could just go to the graveyard, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you know what? Let's go for it. What the hell else are we doing here? I mean, why not? Tap you. Alright. That'll do it, I guess. I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't even know what my opponent's deck was. They literally just made us discard, killed some things, exiled stuff from our graveyards. And that's it. Like, no, didn't see any sweepers. And hell, we didn't even, well, I guess that's not true. We saw the discard spells that needed black. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's keep it. And the thing is, I think some people are going to say, oh, well, this deck only works in best of 1 with 21 lands. No, this person thought enough of it to play it in the Pro Tour. So, and that's just regular best of 3. So what the hell do we know? Oh, we're going to get Requiting Hex here. Yep. Going to get rid of that. Fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and just play this. We're playing against Mono Black. Let's start setting up our yard here. Let's get a Molt Tinder. Unholy Annex makes sense. What do we want to play here? Probably... We could Badger Mole and Dredger's Insight. Even though playing Moltender is kind of interesting. Okay, don't hate that. So we can get this Dundul and Weaver back to get this guy. So let's go ahead and get a land here, I think. Because there may be a world where we need emptiness at some point. Alright, Demon Wall, sure. Okay. We can get rid of a Demon Wall. Alright, let's go back and get this guy. Gain some life. Which is basically going to be offsetting what they're doing the whole time, so that's kind of nice. And we'll get an Insidious Roots. And play this. No attacks. There's a chance they'll just make a 6/6 demon here. If they don't sweep the board. I'm kind of fine either way. Oh, a second ritual chamber. Well, that'd be fun. Oh, a second roots, though. That sort of changes things. Do we have another Badger Mole Cub in here? Ah, we don't. That would have been really cool. So, I think we just roots. And then... if we emptied this, what will we even get? Probably nothing good. We're just getting a Moltender. I think we just get another Roots. And then this guy. And then we'll just have to see if it's enough. Like, when they make a second demon, it's going to be really hard for us to win. Or unlock the other room. So we just have to figure out, can we get there in 2 turns? Is basically what this amounts to. We can double emptiness. Oh, well now we're just dead. Yeah. This is where being able to destroy an enchantment would have been helpful. Because we're just not going to get enough life here for it to matter. Yeah. I mean... we could... the only things we can do don't keep us alive, unfortunately. Because we can play full-size emptiness, get a creature back... let me think about this. We have 2, 4, 5, 6. We can... emptiness, emptiness. It's just not enough. Huh. Trying to see what's in our yard, if there's a real answer here. Like, is there a way... no, there's just not. No, I think we're just dead. That's tough. Oh, I don't even have double white anyway to get something out of the yard. So never mind. Yeah, well, we're way dead. We just did nothing that game. We kind of just spun our wheels. All right, let's keep this. There's definitely some strategy things we're going to have to talk about at the end of the video on this, though. As far as mulligans and how to play around some things. There's a lot happening with this deck, for sure. Alright. Well, I'm your Huckleberry. Oh, they didn't have anything. Look at that. Do we play double... actually, if we double Moltender... then the next turn when we play Dredger's Insight, we'll have all the mana in the world. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we could attack with Craterhoof and Badger Mole Cub. So dumb. I kind of hope they kill our Badger Mole Cub here, because this is silly. Gonna make this a tougher game on his opponent. Oh, Soul Guideline. That actually does stuff against this deck. That's not the craziest thing. Wait, you're just gonna... Well, they don't really know we're a graveyard deck either, though. But I think... Did we just... I don't think we won yet. It's close, though. Alright, I'll take the emptiness, probably. Actually, did we? 2, 4, 6, 8... And then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12, 13, 14, 19? I mean, we still got to do it, right? I mean, tap this. Remove this. Remove this. And we're just going to attack for lots many. I mean, they're at 1. Hope you weren't planning on playing a shock land next turn. Yeah, I mean, that's a wild way to go, but we'll take it. I guess in hindsight, had the opponent kept that, they could have responded, but we still could have tapped for mana. We could have stacked our ability with that on. So I guess it wouldn't have really mattered anyway. Yeah, I wish I kind of knew what their deck was doing. Yeah, this seems good. Let's rock and roll with this. I think what's cool about this deck, too, in some ways, is your first couple of turns, your opponents are like, oh, I got to kill this, I got to deal with that. Like, this is some type of Badger Mole deck or whatever. And they don't have a real reason to think otherwise, you know? Because, I mean, if I saw that, I would think the same thing. Okay, we get to have a good turn here. Let's go ahead and Roots. And let's play this. Ooh, great. We get our choice of things to get. Probably a Formidable Speaker, just to set up for later. Get some life, get a body. No attacks, obviously. Yeah, we almost don't care about Badger Mole Cup now, because we're just going to be able to get all the things we want, so... Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. Lose no real value. And since they remove stuff from our graveyard, we got more value there. So let's replenish. I will take this guy, because we might need that later. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're kind of just doing whatever we want right now. Yep, we'll take one of these. That seems good. And then we're set up to try to just go nuts next turn, right? What else is in our yard? I guess we'll go ahead and get the other speaker, because why not? And then just load up our board. Alright. No attacks. We'll go for a big swing next turn. I mean, actually, we can just go search for Crater Hoof here, right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter what the opponent does here. We either search for Crater Hoof, or we just play Emptiness and make the opponent's life bad. Either works for us. And they're not going to play a sweeper because they just give us back whatever's in their hand. So, I mean, whatever. Alright, we'll just play Emptiness, I guess. Ooh, double Emptiness? That's fun. Off you, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll get back Molt Tender, I guess. Yep, that'll do it. Funny as it is, it's kind of like, I don't know, this will be probably one of the last games in the video. Probably the last game before we talk. Actually, we do have a few things to talk about on this list, actually. But this kind of function, what would be more of like the ideal situation for this deck, right? They killed our first mana creature. They made us sacrifice a dude. We couldn't really attack because they had a Death Toucher, but we're just like, all right, fine, we'll just make body, 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 attack, right? And then the game's over. So kind of quirky, but this is what the deck can do, I guess. Yeah, it's just a really unique build. Got to give credit where it's due. So yeah, I have to say, if you're gonna play Insidious Roots, this is one of the really good ways I think you get away with it. There are a couple of things though. You obviously don't want to put the Badger Mole Cub out there too soon. You want to get at least one double mana activation off of the Badger Mole Cup to make it worth it, to set up something else. Because you're playing so mana light, you need to get as much advantage of it as you can, right? There's also the other issue of having to be aware of emptiness. There were a few times where it's just like, oh, I need a double white. So while you kind of get caught up in your head of having to play the black and the green for all these other things, you do need to remember to make sure you have white mana on the battlefield. So if the board gets swept, you're like, okay, I'll get back a Formidable Speaker, I'll go search for something, or I can get back Badger Mole Cub and have my mana, whatever the case is. But that was kind of one of the big things that popped up. Craterhoof showed up in way more games than it should have, but we do go through a lot of cards, so it's not that surprising. But yeah, overall, this deck's actually pretty sweet, and it does use a couple of new cards. Dawnhand Dissident is actually surprisingly good in here. It does a lot of different work, so I'm a big fan of this card. It does only let you get creatures, but because you have stuff like the Dundulin Weaver, there's a chance you get this back, and then you're able to get back your Insidious Roots, and then you can kind of go from there. So yeah, overall, the deck's actually pretty sweet. Little surprised it functioned as well as it did at 21 lands, but if you do look at the deck, this deck is kind of amusing because a lot of times people say, oh, well, I can't see the curve of the deck or whatever when we're building like this, because this is the easiest way to deck build on Arena, but that's a whole other argument. Some decks don't have mana curves, right? This one is literally all 1s and 2s, and then your payoffs. And even these, you're trying to play for 2 or 4. Well, 2 really. You can't really pay for 4. So you're trying to play these for 2 pretty much all the time, and then just cast a Craterhoof, right? So it's a bunch of 1s and 2s, a 3. Well, only 2 things that are 3, 1 thing that's 4. These are also 2s, and then 1 Craterhoof. So not all decks have mana curves, right? Some of them are just doing what they're trying to do. But yeah, this is a cool deck. I mean, if you are trying to play Insidious Roots, I'd give this one a go. I'm going to have the link over to Moxfield. Go download it. Have some fun. That's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.